This is going to be real sketchy like, because we have this triangle forming. Like, we have that uptrend but in that resistance, but it's made a triangle now. So either longs or shorts are about to get destroyed. Somebody's about to get destroyed, because this is more than likely going to break one way or another in the next 30 minutes. We're either going to see a thing rip again up to 30, or it's probably drew 20. I'd say 15 the next area. It slows down if it starts to crash. Let's see if we can. I don't. Yeah, I'm going to give MJAM more time now. Well, that's looking. This is an option agreement. Still not really making us any type of pattern. It's just trying to like find support somewhere, but it doesn't have like any clear direction except for this downtrend at the moment. The downtrend's coming right on this support. See MJAM, that rejection off of 190. Let's see, the NQ is still pushing, but we are still not over this line for this to be a head and shoulders. See anything else popping up? Let me look down through here. ATCX, okay, that's a reverse stock split, looks like. PALI, interesting. Only 2 million in shares, had 2 million in volume. It's only up 20%. This thing has ripped big recently. Let me look at the daily chart on this. Where are we at on this thing? Way down here. Kind of like what I'm seeing on PALI. Let's pull that one up. DRPO, it's kind of floating out here. Ran in that $2 resistance. Nothing I want to mess with now. Too much shares there. LCAA still got a little uptrend going. CNTX still dying. Well, Sober got a little uptrend going to that 150 resistance. Still don't like it though. Alright, I'm not seeing much else. Only that one that I added. So let's go look at that one I just added. Let's see, MSGM, what are you doing real quick? It's still holding, starting to go red on this 15-minute candle at the moment. Pally, that's what it was. Okay, let's put this on an hour chart. It's had this little pop today. We've got this little uptrend. Not mad at it. The overall uptrend, somewhere like that. Maybe. I don't really want. Well, could be. Just ripped over $2 all the way up to $2.13. Well, that was the play. That was the play. For that $1.50 break. MJ, let's see, if MSGM starts to crack here, then MJM may get some more pump action. I mean, we've had nothing but buying in here so far on the volume bars. Just trying to hold that $2 area now. Oh, held that $2 support. Man, this thing is volatile for a $2 stock. Well, it was a $1.50 stock. Still going. Get my little order box ready. Oh, no, too late. I was looking for maybe a possible entry for that bounce off of $2, but it done. By the time I got my box up, I already up to 220. Well, can't touch that one. Let's see here. It's coming back to 2. This would be a very small trade. I don't know. I want to take a crazy trade on this with this being up. How high is it up now? 100. Let's see if $2 can hold. If $2 can hold, I don't want to buy it off that trend line either, though. This would be like a momentum trade. I wouldn't want to be in it long. I'm just looking at it. If $2 hold, it may pop again, and we may get a halt. But if $2 doesn't hold, it could easily come back down to $1.60. So it'd have to be a quick in and out. MSGM right on that line right there. Held $2 again so far. What are we up 113%? Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. See, what did you say? HH volume wise, there's no competition on the day. The MSMGM and MJ Pally are where the money goes. Yeah, man. Except you play it on yourself. These Pally has no catalyst. No, they don't. I'm just looking at the daily chart. It's not. Let's see, how much volume do we got? 2 million. Yeah, there's not a lot of volume in it, but looking at this daily chart, this thing can pop. And it's got room. Like, it may not pop today, but I just like this uptrend that started. Like, I want to see I want to keep watching it, see if it tries to hold this uptrend or what it does. Because I definitely can't tell. I'm not taking a trade on MJAM now. It's already ripped too hard. It's still ripping. It's up 22.25. It did have that little pullback to 2 I was talking about as a possible scalp entry there. That's what I was thinking about, but it just breaks my rules to be buying up that high off of a trend line. But it is still going. Let's see if it's going to get, if it breaks 225, let's see if it gets this halt. Because that's what I was kind of thinking. And it's testing. Nope, there it goes right through 225. 225 bids starting to stack. This thing's gone. Hit a new high at 230. Boom, over 230. New high. 225. 230 holds us some support. We're going to see another push. But this thing is way off of that trend line. There's another new high coming right here of 235. Yep, there it goes. 240. 243. 250. We hit 250. Now this is going to be some strong resistance, but the 200-day is still all the way up at 472. But we'll see what happens. If it breaks, I thought it was going to probably halt through 225, but it didn't. But if it breaks 250, I would imagine it's going to halt. There's going to be a ton of volume. I mean, look at the volume bar here. But it is struggling real hard. Oh, wait a minute. NASDAQ. This NQ. Still playing games. MSGM back down to 20. See if it can try to hold that trend line. Now, the 200 day on the daily is at 1650 basically. So if I was going to think about an entry, it would be at 15, like I said, around that 15 area. But I don't know. I feel like that's too much. Let's keep an eye on MJAM here. Let's see how much more it rips. Since I missed it. This is what I was talking about in the beginning. MSMGM had everybody's attention. MJAM was just slowly creeping up this trend line. You know, it already tested that 150, broke up. I mean, it had a nice little pop off, consolidated, then re-break a 150, boom. Struggling hard with that 250 though, for sure. People messaging me things. Don't message me things right now. Because MJAM was under $2. That's why you didn't see it on your scans, H. Because it was under your $2 rule. My low float scanner is set to under $2 to like I think $1 as the low, because you know I like them dollar breakout plays. I like the $1 and $2 plays, especially when we're in a hot low float market like this, and you can get a whole dollar rip off of a dollar play, a $1.50 play. Woo boy! But I'm glad to be back to see that the market is. We got some runners going. We got some pushing going all over the market. At least in the low floats. Yeah, look at the top 10 gainers today. MSGM up at 718% low float. MJAM up 121% low float. ATCX up 120%, 37 million. Well, I think that's a reverse stock split. Screw that. That doesn't count. But Pally's next, up 23% low float. Look at that. Pally testing at 275 right now. And it's only got that 2 million in shares. Yeah. So all the top 10 gainers on the NASDAQ list, look at all the floats. The highest one is 61 million shares. We are in a hot low float market right now. Oh, Pally's still creeping. Pally's starting to interest me a little bit. I don't know. I may have to. If it comes back down that trend line a little bit, we start seeing volume come in. These other plays start dropping. Pally might want to get a little frisky. Yeah, MJAM getting a double top off this previous body there. So it's gonna try to test $2 as support. I think we may see that with this little double top forming. What do we got? This candle just opened. It's hard to say with this candle just opening. LS still dropping. That's the Foxo play. I don't like it. Pally still nothing. MSGM got a clear downtrend now going on this bad boy. Pally's trying to hold this 275 support. Let's see, Brian. How's it going, Brian? You said GNBL. Let's take a look at it. That is an interesting rip on a small penny stock from 10 cents. 78 million shares. That's pretty low float for this small of a price stock. I have no idea what the hell's going on with this. This thing's just ripping. What is this, a Reddit short squeeze? Oh God, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with anything Reddit. Try to stay away from those. It's going with all the other gaming, so all the gaming plays are running basically. I gotta think. 10 cent. I'd imagine 10 cent holding would be up. Let's see. Pally's still creeping. I like this little creepy momentum we slowly got going. You know, it's uptrending. It's not really getting paid much attention to. But had more buying volume so far than selling volume. Ooh, look at that. NASDAQ starting to curl. We are starting to make this head and shoulders pattern complete. Oh boy, if we crack 12,000. Let's see, does the market start? Yeah, market's starting to turn a little darker. Let's see what happens here with these penny stocks. MSGM still coming down. I'm going to go ahead and delete this trend line. We know that's not there. INDO, Housing Soil Plus. Get some of these lines off of this thing. These old lines on ID and the INDO. Still below the 200. MJM down to 2. So we're starting to build support actually here on MSGM at 20, or it's trying to build support there anyway. God, it's up so much. Alright, well, while the NASDAQ is kind of losing its steam here at the moment, let's go through some of these headlines so we know what's going on, because there's nothing I want to jump in right at this second. Everything. Just feel like I missed that rip on MJAM, and I don't want to psych myself into taking a trade just for the sake of taking a trade. Alright, let's see. Indexes rose, blah, blah, blah. Tech focus composite jumped a little bit. Nothing big there. Let's see. Investors are keen to praise the Federal Reserve statements at Wednesday's meeting for hints of the future path of policy. So the meeting, that's tomorrow, with unemployment at 3.5% and the economy still adding more than 200 jobs per month. It's way too premature to suggest that the Fed's work is done. Yeah, no, the Fed's... yeah, okay, whatever. Investors' expectations are getting a bit ahead of themselves. We're in the early stages of normalizing inflation. We're in the early stages. What? Thought it was transitory. Thought he said it was all transitory. I don't care about this guy's stuff. Let's see. UPS sees mild recession in 23. MWUPS. U.S. domestic passage revenue rose 3.1% to $18.2 billion, but below the FactSet consensus. While international package revenue fell 8.3%, and supply chain solution revenue dropped 18%. UPS getting slammed, apparently. Look here. Consumer confidence slip at the start of 2023 as recession worries grow. I'm going to say it again. Consumer inflation. Oh, Jesus. Reflecting growing worries about a potential recession as rising interest rates and high inflation degrade the economy. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Okay, so the raising interest rates is now sounding like the Feds are going to do a quarter rate hike, right? The rising interest rates are about done with. That's about as far as they're going to go. That's as far as they said they were going to go, is up to 5%. But we have been in a recession by definition since the beginning of 2022. We've been in a recession for an entire year at the end of February. 2 months in a row with declining GDP and rising inflation is recession. So the fact that we're still a year later going on about, are we going to be in a recession or not? We are in a recession. When the eggs and the bread cost $10, that is not a good economy. That is a recession. When gas prices are $3 to $5. Oh my goodness. But look here. MW4, four ways Powell could tell the markets, okay, this is more of this MW nonsense. Chicago business activity gauge softens in January. So, Chicago's still falling apart. Nothing new there. Okay. Still all about these earning or the Fed hike. That's a lot of what the news looks like today. Let's see. Treasury yields move lower. Treasury yields declined. The drop in yields was extended after a quarterly reading on U.S. labor costs rose less than expected. Federal Reserve on Wednesday is widely expected to deliver a 25 basis point increase in its policy interest rate, downshifting from the outsized 75 and 50 base points. So this is a reversal already, right? We were at 75 at the max interest rate raise, then 50, now we're at 25, right? We started off way high on these interest rate, well, it's not even that high, but now we're down to 25 basis points. They are reversing course. Fed funds future price in another quarter point hike, but see the central bank cutting rates by the year end. Reversing course, cutting rates. After they're going to raise this 0.25, they're going to have to cut the rates because, as I've been saying for the last 3 fucking years, they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. They've done this to themselves, and now the Federal Reserve they've made their bed, they have to lay in it. The problem is they made the bed for all of us, and they're forcing all of us to lay in it. Ugh. Let's see what this next is. But doubters contend a slowing economy that could tip into recession and slowing inflation. I don't know about that. Then this is 4 ways basically the rest of that was the 4 ways that Jerome Powell could say something. then it make the market do something. Which, like, that was like the last. So Nasdaq is trying to rebound here. AM still just hanging out in that $2 area. MSGM back down to 19. It looked like. Go back there. There we go. Yeah. So it's trying to hold that $20 support, but not holding it up. It's about to crack 19 actually here. We may see a nice little dump back on down to 15 or the 200 at 17. Pally's just still hanging in there on this little uptrend. I'm gonna keep an eye on that boy. MJM, now it's starting to give up at $2. Got a little bit redder there. Let's see what we got. Yeah, the sympathy plays, all the gaming plays. I'm just like, the thing with the gaming plays I'm trying to figure out is like, what is going on with these Web 2 games? Like, there's really not any crypto games that I know of on the stock market unless Anamaka Brands is on there. They could be. But in either case, if gaming is getting bullish in the stock market, that means money is moving into gaming. What is the next frontier of gaming? Web3 gaming. What is DLA DAO? A decentralized autonomous organization focused on Web3 gaming. That's where I've been at. That's what I've been busy with. Why I haven't been live streaming as much, because we've been developing and launching that to get ready for this big gaming revolution. But you can see it now in the stock market. The money is coming in. There's been money in the Web3 gaming, like Alluvium is a game that's had millions of esports backing. You're going to see esports coming into the crypto world. But regular gaming is still alive, you know. Gamble, that thing pulling back, double top there. MSGM all the way down to that 200-day. Just about. Getting real close. I was thinking it was 18 and 16 that it's at 16.35. Now, if we start to see some type of trend line, like I could say maybe this is going to be a new trend line, but we really need to see where this candle's going to, because it could keep dropping. And more than likely, I would say it's going to keep dropping. I don't see why 1850 or 18 would hold up as any type of support. Look at Pally, little bounce there off of Pally. Right off that trend line. Let's confirm that trend line again. Take two, take 2 shares. You think MGSM isn't done, H? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm liking Sneaky Pally, man. It's being quiet. It's being sneaky. It's just getting little bits of buying volume. Look at this little candle here. Let's see. If this candle holds, I may look to swing Cali. Now, MGAM is